how feelings do not matter. How you feel about something affecting what you do. And as a man, I'm here to tell you that that's not a thing. Going and doing things day in and day out that you're uncomfortable with or that you're scared of is what we're required to do as men. As I become unmotivated or lazy or selfish or all of the things that kind of seep into your brain throughout the day that tell you, oh, don't do that. Oh, you can do it later. Don't worry about it. I look at this as a direct challenge from the enemy. This is a direct attack from him on something that you need to be paying attention to. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Art of Suffering podcast with Dalton Darnell. Just to be completely honest with you guys, I know for a fact the enemy does not want me to talk about what I've written down on this paper. And the reason why I say that is because it seems like every single time I come in here to do this today, come in here to sit down and shoot this podcast, something comes up. It's Friday. My wife wanted me to knock off work early. The kids have been sick this week. We've been sick this week. And she was like, do you have to go back and shoot that podcast? And I was like, I just really feel like I need to go get it done because I wasn't disciplined a couple of months ago. We talked about it in the last episode. I feel like I need to be more disciplined. And today, what we're talking about is exactly how I'm feeling, is how you feel doesn't matter. Even though I want to go home and hang out with my wife and my kids, this is something that needs to happen today. I need to sit down. I need to shoot this podcast. I need to discuss how feelings do not matter. All day today, I've been fighting through the urge just to go home. We've had the flu, just not feeling it, man. And honestly, like, I got to get a co-host or I got to have guests on because it's way easier to do a podcast when you have someone to talk to and someone to converse with. It's pretty difficult to try to fill 20 or 30 minutes just sitting here talking to that camera. But the text messages I've received, the phone calls I've received in the last couple of weeks say that you guys are loving the podcast and the people that are listening to it are really getting a lot out of it. So here we are. And something that's been coming up in my life this week is feelings, emotions, right? How you feel about something affecting what you do. And as a man, I'm here to tell you that that's not a thing. How you feel does not matter. As a husband, as a father, these are things that the enemy uses as tools to destroy you. And I want to be the first one to say here that I am literally just a man on a path. I'm not a coach. I'm not a teacher. I don't know the way. I'm just simply offering the things that I've learned as a husband, the things that I've learned as a father, the ways that I feel like the enemy is attacking me mentally, physically, emotionally, and how he is causing suffering in my life and making the things that I need to do harder because of the way I feel. Whether that's the way that my arthritis affects me from day to day or the way that my own brain just creates this sense of laziness and selfishness in my mind. And I'm here to tell you that the daily fight against these things is nothing short of an absolute battle. Like going and doing things day in and day out that you don't want to do, or that you're uncomfortable with or that you're scared of is what we're required to do as men. And I'm not necessarily talking about like waking up and going to work, right? I'm talking about the deep, intimate things with your spouse. I'm talking about relationally with your children. I'm talking about sacrificing for your family, the things that you dread doing, right? So let's dive into it. I wrote down a couple of questions here, and I'm just going to kind of answer my thoughts about it because I don't have a co-host, and I'm trying to kind of navigate through how to discuss these things with you guys without the rebuttal. So leave comments. That would be awesome. That'd really help me out, like triggering the mental flow, so to speak. With that being said, let's start with this question. So how do I cope with doing things that I don't want to do? This question is probably answered in a million different ways for a million different people. And once again, I'm not coaching you on how you should do it. I'm just sharing with you what helps me. And number one, and I know this to be a fact, that this number one for me is not the number one for other people. I have friends, I have family members that do not look at things this way. And the reason why I say this is because I'm the opposite of them. So number one is to be realistic. I'm here to tell you that it's okay to say out loud that something sucks. Like, man, this is going to suck. And that's not necessarily being negative, in my opinion. That's being realistic. I've done a lot of things in my life that were not fun. And it didn't do me any favors by trying to convince myself in my brain that it was going to be fun. Like anybody who's done a really hard workout, sure, there's lots of things throughout that workout that are good for you, right? They make you better, they make you stronger. But it sucks, dude. Like in the middle of it, it's terrible. And so for me, being realistic about these things is important. It helps me get through it to know this is going to suck and I'm going to freaking get after it, right? That brings me to number two, is to hunt the good. You hunt the good in the things you don't want to do because you got to have a reason why. And that's number three, is understanding the why. And these two things go hand in hand. So hunting the good, and a workout is a great example of this, is while they are very challenging and very hard in the moment, they are good for you. They make you stronger. They make you faster. They make you healthier, right? So you know all the whys to that. It's really easy. It's really easy there. But if you flip-flop this into having a deep emotional conversation with your son, right? Knowing that it's going to be hard, knowing that it's going to be very challenging to have this conversation, but understanding the why and knowing what good's going to come from the conversation for him, not for you, for him, is what helps me get through it. Right, so when my son's a very emotional kid. He gets way up, right? He'll have just an absolute conniption fit, and we've been working on it for years. He's just got big emotions, man. He's not really at the age yet where he's starting to understand how the world works, and he'll just have these reactions, and I have to remind myself of like, man, I have big emotions too, and it's taken me 32 years to not even really be able to control them that great, right? And so when we have these conversations, and honestly, if I'm being real with you guys, there are times when he goes to freaking out that I'm just like, I just want to leave. I just want to walk off because I'm angry. It makes me mad. But how I feel doesn't matter, and I should not react to this situation based on how I feel. I should meet him where he is and help guide him through this emotional state he's found himself in. And so to me, when this starts happening, and let's say, like for instance, a couple of months ago, Kara bought him some new pants. He tries the new pants on at the house, and she comes in, and she's like, hey, those pants look great. Go outside and show your dad. And he's like, no. And she's like, why not? Just go show your dad. And he just loses his mind. I have no idea why. So I come in, and he's losing it because he didn't want to come show me the pants. He has no explanation on why he doesn't want to show me the pants. I have no clue what was going on. And in the moment, you just don't even know how to handle yourself with this. And so really, honestly, what I did is I just gave the kid a hug. I was like, it's okay, buddy. You don't have to give me the pants. Show me the pants. I don't understand. And so finding myself in these situations where it's wildly difficult for me to control myself, grounding myself in being realistic, hunting the good, and then understanding the why. For myself, not even for him. I don't know why he's freaking out. It's for me. It's like, okay, why is it important that I love my son through this and don't shy away from it? Well, because I'm his leader. I'm his father. I'm the only person he has to show him who Christ is. I'm the only person he has to help him navigate these waters that I don't even understand. And if I don't even understand it, how in the world is he expected to understand it? So keep that in mind. For myself, This is how I deal with it, right? If it's a physical thing I have to go do that's going to be uncomfortable, I'm realistic about it. Like, this is going to hurt. That helps my brain. When I go to jiu-jitsu on Sundays, I know this is going to hurt. Is it good for me? Yes, it is good for me. But when some dude's trying to choke you out, it's wildly uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's not fun. But at the end of it, it's good for me, right? So what does this mean, and why am I unmotivated? And for me personally, as I become unmotivated or lazy or selfish or all of the things that kind of seep into your brain throughout the day that tell you, oh, don't do that. Oh, you can do it later. Don't worry about it, right? I look at this as a direct challenge from the enemy. This is a direct attack from him on something that you need to be paying attention to. So typically speaking, if very rarely are you going to feel lazy or unmotivated about sitting on the couch and eating popcorn, right? Usually you're going to feel lazy and unmotivated about doing something worth doing, right? Or that's going to take some effort. Okay. And so I think what happens is as men in our brain, we're like, yeah, we're going to do it. 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 And then when it comes time to get her done, in our brain, it starts seeping in. Well, I can do it tomorrow. We can try again later, whatever. That's the enemy, dude. That's the enemy building this tower of laziness, of garbage in your life. That's what he's doing. He's trying to cripple you. And his goal in crippling you is to destroy your family and your children and you. That's what he's trying to do. Because the more you do something and the more you give in to this, your feelings mattering, right? Is mattering even a word? I don't even think mattering's a word. I don't have a guy on a computer to look it up. But the more you give in to your feelings, your emotions, right? The more it becomes a habit. And it gets easier over time. And the less you fight. Because you have to fight these things off. And that's why I think the enemy uses it. It's like this sneaky little snake of a trick where it's like you can just put it off and do it later. You can put it off and do it later. It's like walking past a full trash can. You look over there, the trash is full. It's slam full. You're like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And then later comes and your wife's like, hey, can you take the trash out? What? Well, why? Well, you're lazy, dude. You should have took it out. You should have took it out when you saw it. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing that happens to us as men, as husbands, and as fathers. It's like, I should go over there and love on my wife. Nah, she's all right. Right? I should get up off the couch and play with my kids. I worked all day. I'm tired. Right? And I am guilty of this. I am walking the path with you. Comment below what you do. Because we're struggling out here, dude. Like, the struggle is real. Like, the enemy is kicking my ass with this stuff. Like, I come home from work and I am exhausted. Excuses, get the excuses out of here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how tired you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you feel, man. And the enemy just continually berates me with, like, not only feelings of laziness, but like succumbing to the laziness and then feelings of guilt. You should get up and play with your freaking kids. Maybe that's God. Maybe that's God in my brain going, get up and play with your freaking kids, man. You're not that tired. Push through, right? Your wife will resent you for this. No woman wants to be married to a lazy husband. None of them want a lazy husband. Your children will emulate what you do, and you will end up looking in the mirror at a shell of a man. Your children are going to act just like you. If you're lazy, dude, and you give in to the enemy's attacks, they're going to sit on the couch right there next to you. They're going to snack all day. They're going to get fat. They're not going to go out and do their job. They're not going to grow up to be men who are worth something, man. Men are not built to be lazy. They're conditioned to be lazy. It's a freaking disease. And just because we work hard at work doesn't mean we aren't lazy at the house, man. Like, I count going to work and providing for my family as 100% part of my role. That is my job as a husband and a father, is to bring home the bacon, right? Make enough money so everybody can eat. But on the list of priorities, it is the lowest on the list. It's the lowest. It matters the least comparatively to my family, my children, my wife. These are the things that actually matter. And what happens is we go to freaking work all day and we bust our butt to get ahead or get the job done or finish the list or whatever. And then you get home and you got nothing left for them. And what I do, or what I try to do, and I'm not always successful, but the goal is that on the way home, I am freaking hyping myself up, dude. Like I'm getting ready to walk in that door and try to be the best dad and best husband I can be. And I'll be the first to admit that I fail all the time. God bless my children and my wife for giving me grace. But the fact is the enemy is trying to steal that from you with your work, with your freaking boss, with any other stressor in your life. He's trying to suck the life out of you so you have nothing to offer them. Because if he takes you away from your children, they have no map, man. They have no way. They have no path to follow because your heart is stolen by something else. Teaching my sons to be men, setting the example of what a husband should be, and loving their mother in front of them all weigh so much heavier in my mind than work, than this podcast, than all the orders at 310, than the educational videos. But that is learned. That's what's crazy. That's what's freaking nuts, man, is that the enemy will slip into your head and he'll make it to where your job or your goals or your hobbies, all these things are so much more important than what actually matters. And I see people, and even good things can affect this, like even if it's the gym or like freaking pastors, dude, like a minister, like any of this stuff that takes the place of raising your family and loving your spouse, it will destroy you. It will destroy them and it will destroy you. And I say this all the time. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was telling him, I was like, man, what happens is like, in my opinion, and this is what I try to, this is what we're combating, men. This is what we're fighting against. This is what the enemy wants, okay? Is guys will get so caught up in what they have going on that they don't bring their families along with them. And honestly, if I'm being honest, like it makes me deeply thankful for the arthritis. Because what the arthritis does is it slows me down. I'm a fast dude, man. I be running around. I like to get stuff done. I like a list. I like a goal. I like a mountain to climb, okay? And I can easily outrun people. Easily. Not physically. But when it comes to conquering a goal, I'm a good guy to have around. When it comes to logistically figuring something out, solving problems, I like that. It's fun to me. And what arthritis has done is it's taken all these hopes and dreams that I've had, right? And it's gone and sucked them down into the pain in these hands, and the pain in my feet, and the lower back problems, and all the stuff that comes with arthritis. And it's dropped me like to half speed. And honestly, for this time in my life, while my children are little, I have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, it's been great because I can't go and do. Like, I would freaking cowboy forever till the day I died. I would get on a horse every morning at 4 o'clock and doctor yearlings all day long, every day, and would be the worst dad ever. And when they're 15 and they can come with me, that's totally different. You know what I mean? But when they're little, dude, they need us. They need us, and people don't think they do. Guys don't think they need us. They need us when they're little. And so slowing down and making that a priority would be really hard for me. It wouldn't be hard for everybody, but it'd be really hard for me to focus on someone other than myself. This selfishness is like an infection, dude. This laziness, it is an infection that spreads to your whole family. And if you aren't prepared mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to battle these things, you're going to get your freaking butt whooped. This dude knows what's up. He knows how to whoop you, okay? And if you aren't prepared to fight him tooth and nail, gritty, bloody, battle this sucker, you're going to get annihilated. And coming from a guy that gets annihilated daily, I am here to fight with you. Like legitimately. Like stand toe to toe in the face of this unforeseen evil that wants to destroy our families and fight with you. October 29th, 2016, life stopped being about me. That was the day I got married. And thankfully, God softened my heart to this on that day. I became so unbelievably heavy with the responsibility of husbandry, I don't even know how to explain it. I started reading books. I never freaking read books. At least I didn't then. Trying to figure out how the heck I am supposed to take care of this woman, right? And then December of 2018 and December of 2022, I became a dad. And again, this was a new level of selflessness that I didn't understand. If you don't have kids yet and you're just married, there's no way for me to even explain the love you will have for these kids. There's no way. If you're recently married, good on you for searching wisdom. Not that I have much, but wisdom is the wise application of failure. So keep that in mind. But the more you search for other men to walk with, the more you search for other men that have stumbled and fallen, and you try to learn from their mistakes, and you pay attention to what looks selfless, as men, we must understand what's at stake, dude. What happens if we give in to this? What happens if we give in to the enemy in this area of our life? The act of loving your wife and your children as a husband and as a father is dying for them every day. Every single day. Getting up, doing the things you don't want to do with an incredible attitude. And there's only one way to do it, man. And that's with other men and with the King. That's it. You cannot do it alone. You will fail. And as a matter of fact, with other men and with the King, you will fail still. But you will at least have people to hold you up. Pay attention to these things. Wake up tomorrow. Be realistic about what you have to tackle. Understand the why and what's important. And then love your freaking family, dude. I mean, love them. Die for them every day. Sacrifice. Be the path. Show them the way. And I truly believe this will change the world. I truly believe if every man woke up tomorrow and said, I'm going to love my wife, I'm going to love my kids, and I'm going to show them the way, it would change everything. It would change everything. Anyway, that's what I got. And you know what? I did not feel like doing this. I feel like eating pizza and drinking a beer with my wife. That's what I feel like doing, if I'm being completely honest with you. But God is asking me to do this podcast. I don't know. These people coming out of the woodworks, man, like calling me, I am so appreciative. Because it is encouraging me to keep going. And I honestly feel like I have nothing to offer you guys. But for whatever reason, God is asking me to do this. And for whatever reason, you guys are encouraging me. Daryl Puckett is encouraging me to continue with the podcast. And here I am. So I'm going to continue to come up with topics to talk about. We're going to try to find some guests to come on because, that helps. But humbly, I sit here before you a broken man, and I am just trying to do the best that I can. with what God is asking me to do. And that looks like a podcast today. So here we are. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I love you. If you need anything, reach out, 310ranchlife@gmail.com. We'll see you in the next one.